Accordingly, GPGB's construction activities are illegal. In view of the above, the government has taken a decision to terminate the agreement. And so, even whilst they were negotiating, Boache Jako wrote a letter terminating the contract, citing illegalities. And so, GPGC then took the matter to the International Court of Arbitration. And that is where I find it worrying. If you read the entire 191-page document, it's quite obvious that the legal team of government did not put up a good show. They were either late in submission documents, they were not responding to the necessary requests and applications, and eventually, Ghana was slapped with a cost of 170 million US dollars. And if you delay in paying the 170 million US dollars, it will keep accruing interest. Randy, our position is that this was avoidable. This was needless, it's unfortunate, and it's a huge drain to the national purse. This idea where governments take over and they decide to terminate contracts arbitrarily leads to huge cost to the state. Because if we had negotiated with them, we probably would have gotten a better deal. Or at worst, and I have some detailed calculation here before me. This is an appendix from the contract, and the contract specifies exactly how you calculate the capacity charge. Even if we had allowed them to go on with this contract, it meant that we're going to pay a maximum of 4 US cents per kilowatt hour for the 4 years. Assuming without admitting that the plant will be available the whole of the 4 years, not even one day would the plant go down for routine maintenance, which usually is the case, then it means that you have 8,760 hours in a year. If you multiply that by the guaranteed capacity, and that's where people make mistake, the guaranteed capacity is 92%. So you have to take 0.92% of 107 megawatts. You don't take 100%. I've seen some analysis done by Asasi Radio, completely wrong, completely out of touch. The assumptions are baseless. And when you do that, the total amount will come to 137 million US dollars. And so even if we had allowed it to run so that we can even consume that power, the maximum would have paid whilst using the plant would be 137 million US dollars. In fact, GPGC even discounted some days that they will go off. And so they calculated this as 134 million US dollars. And this is what was presented to arbitration. And arbitration indeed awarded them the $134 million and additional charges plus interest, which brought it to 170 million US dollars. We must learn from this as a country. And I think that those who took that decision ought to be held liable today, tomorrow, or one day. We can't allow people to abuse their power, use discretionary power, and cause such huge losses to the state when something better could have been done. It's the same thing with the gas sales. Sahara, they terminated Sahara. That also went to arbitration. We are paying huge sums. There's another one lacking, which is ENI. And based on what I've seen at arbitration, we should not be surprised if we have similar judgment debts. For a country that is broke to this level, even $1 means a lot. So if you are losing $170 million because a minister decided that on his own accord, he will terminate a contract that has been approved by Parliament, for me, it gives cause for worry.
Now, JJ, so we're paying for the power that would have been produced over the 4-year period.
Cost savings. Because you could sit with them and say that, look, we may not need you after all, or we'll need you tomorrow. Or because we may not need you, can we reduce the cost? Because construction and all those costs would have been avoided. But more importantly, all these legal fees that we've had to pay, including what we pay to our external lawyers, when you factor the cost in and the cost of travel by the legal team of government, up and down, processing and all that, you will not be surprised if you'll be running into about $200 million. And for me, this was avoidable. It was just avoidable, Rani.
Now you referred to the letter terminating the agreement. Now, this is a post that was put up by the Vice President of Imani, Bryce Simmons, a couple of days ago. It says, in short, for 3 straight months, the machinery of the government of Ghana could not be revved up to generate a single letter, despite more confirmed to GPGC that he had been instructed by the Minister of Energy to prepare such a memorandum. On 16 March 2018, GPGC's team in Ghana again should write a letter to GPGC providing